Imagine a perfect day by the water. Water, sun, sand, and the ocean breeze. Now picture swimming in that same water and realizing it's full of slimy green algae. Not so perfect, right? These aren't just any algae. They're harmful algal blooms and they're causing big problems in Moreton Bay. Algae like Lyngbya majuscula are a major issue. It's a toxic species of marine cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae, that grows on mud, sand, and seagrass beds. You might have heard it be called mermaid's hair or fireweed because of the horrible rashes it causes. Marine and freshwater algae are an important group of microscopic plants for monitoring water quality because of their sensitivity to environmental changes. Lyngbya isn't just gross, they're a sign that the water quality is in trouble. If the algae aren't doing well, neither is the bay. Environmental factors such as sunlight, water temperature, nutrient levels, salinity, and turbidity all influence the growth of Lyngbya and other phytoplankton species. When these factors are in excess, algae can thrive, forming large blooms visible on the water's surface. As global temperatures continue to rise, the growth of Lyngbya is expected to increase. Lyngbya has a wide range of impacts, both on human health and the environment. For humans, the toxins produced by these algae can cause skin and eye irritation when in direct contact, and even respiratory issues in some cases. These harmful algal blooms also have a significant effect on ecosystem health. Lyngbya grows in strands that can clump together and rise to the surface, forming large floating mats. When conditions are right, these mats can become so large that they smother and kill seagrasses, which are vital habitats for fish and other marine life. Seagrasses provide essential food and shelter for juvenile fish and crustaceans, making their loss a serious blow to the ecosystem. The economic impact of these blooms is also considerable. Increased costs for water treatment or the need for an alternative water supply can strain resources. Additionally, commercial fishing in Moreton Bay is affected as decreased fish stocks result in lower catches. Socially, the presence of these blooms disrupts the recreational use of the waterway, affecting locals and tourists alike. Lastly, animals, especially fish and water birds, are at risk from direct consumptions of contaminated water, and even livestock like cattle, sheep, horses and pigs, and also dogs, can suffer from exposure. To tackle Lyngbya, the Moreton Bay Foundation, in partnership with Griffith University, is using advanced technology like drones to monitor the blooms more effectively. They're also researching ways to control the algae once it's detected. One promising method is hydrogen peroxide, which has been successful in lab trials. It kills Lyngbya without harming other species. This chemical has already been used to reduce blue-green algae blooms in lakes and ponds in New York and the Netherlands. While it's not yet approved for use in Queensland waters, they are working towards field-based research trials. So you guys as the public may be wondering, how can I help? Thankfully, there are many different ways you can help. The first is reducing nutrient runoff. So one of the main drivers of Lyngbya blooms is excess nutrients, such as nitrogen and phosphorus. They come from agricultural runoff, sewage, and also stormwater. The public can help by reducing nutrient pollution by using eco-friendly fertilizers in garden and lawns, and you can also install rain gardens or rainwater tanks to catch the runoff. Also, community cleanup events. By participating in or organising local cleanup events, it can help prevent litter and organic materials from entering the water, which fuel the growth of Lyngbya. You can also spread awareness about the causes and consequences of Lyngbya blooms. The public can support environmental organisations, share educational resources, and also advocate for policies that focus on reducing nutrient pollution. You can also report the blooms, which is essential. If people spot Lyngbya blooms, you should report them to local authorities or environmental organisations so that monitoring efforts can be initiated. Early detection can help manage the situation more effectively. Supporting sustainable practices is also essential. By supporting businesses and practices that focus on sustainability, for example, sustainable seafood and supporting eco-friendly agriculture, can contribute to reducing the environmental impacts that lead to Lyngby blooms. You guys can also engage with local policy, so the public can engage with local government officials and advocate for improved policies aimed at protecting the water quality in Moreton Bay. This can include, for example, pushing for stronger regulations of land use, sewage management, and also agricultural runoff. But it's not just the public getting involved. There are some fantastic local initiatives in Moreton Bay making a real difference. These include stormwater management programs with better runoff control and more riparian buffers, nutrient management in agriculture, like sustainable farming practices, buffer zones and controlled grazing, as well as water quality monitoring, research partnerships and improved land use planning, including urban zoning and coastal protection projects. To wrap things up, Moreton Bay is a precious legacy we must protect. By addressing Lyngby blooms today, we can safeguard marine life, support local industries, and ensure the health of this iconic ecosystem for generations to come. The time to act is now, and together we can make a real difference.